Hi, my name is Jessica Epps, and I am a kindergarten teacher here at Arrow Acres Elementary. Today we are going to talk about listening skills, oral language skills, and what that has to do with reading comprehension and skills. Did you know that a child grows and develops their listening comprehension skills much faster and can grow and advance in those skills than they can in their reading comprehension skills? And it really outweighs itself. Their listening comprehension skills are here, and when they read the text, their reading comprehension skills are still below, a lot below. So I thought that was very interesting. This is what we as educators and special educators need to work on. We need to work on developing these skills to help our students learn how to read and how to write. Students should be talking 50%, at least 50% of the content learning time during each school day. They should be hearing oral language. They should be talking and expressing themselves and listening and taking turns with one another. And today, the first thing we're going to talk about is how younger children develop listening skills and speaking skills. Young children develop skills by hearing oral language skills. They hear interactions, they hear sounds, they hear communication, they hear adults speaking and other children speaking, they hear words and sounds, and their brain processes those sounds. And as they're processing them, time goes on and they are able to start using expressive language skills. They are able to start making noises, they are able to start making sounds, and then they start to put those sounds together. As they hear oral language, they are learning to understand it, they're learning to comprehend it, they're hearing the word dada, and they're seeing that's dada. They're seeing an image, they're seeing the person. They're hearing the word cup, and they're seeing the picture. They're seeing a picture as a mother is holding a cup, and they relate that, and they can learn how to understand and comprehend what that word means. So as they start to babble, they make noises, they start to make sounds, then they put sounds together to make words. And all these oral language skills, receptive language skills, expressive language skills that they're expressing out, they're all growing, they're all developing. At this age, as they get a little bit older and they're going to school, their skills are more advanced. They are able to talk in phrases. They are able to talk in full sentences. They're able to sit with other children and the teacher and have a group discussion. They're able to take turns. They're able to be quiet. They're able to use those listening skills and ask questions, add information, respond. And they're able to be involved and participate and engage in more advanced language. And they have more advanced language. They have more advanced vocabulary, and they understand more words, the meanings of words, and are able to use them. As children are growing, I thought it was very interesting. For third grade stood out to me because everything else was the same with kindergarten and first grade, able to talk in group discussions and add to the discussion, ask questions. Third grade was more, for third grade and above was more of, they were able to explain and come to the group discussion prepared. And I thought that was very interesting. So this was a different skill level, a higher advanced skill level starting in the third grade. Today, I wanted to talk about how language delays and how that affects listening and reading skills. And I thought this was very interesting too. Children who have a language delay how they have a difficulty understanding language. When someone is speaking to them, they don't understand what is being said to them. They don't understand, they cannot comprehend it. They have a hard time with what we are saying to them. And then they have also difficulty in, that's the receptive language of hearing it and processing it and understanding it. And then they have the difficulty, some children, of expressing the language and being able to respond and use expressive language to communicate with others. Some children are very far behind when they're in elementary school. Others are speaking in sentences and can carry on a back and forth conversation. And maybe the child that is struggling can say a few words. So some children are very far behind with their skills in this area. They have problems putting sounds together to make words. And then they have problems looking at the word and being able to decode it and being able to break it apart to read it. They have a hard time, a difficulty in understanding speech. And I just thought that was very interesting to share that information. Today, also, I would like to speak about how do listening and speaking skills, how does that affect a child's ability to learn how to read? Well, the research shows us that it is significant. Their listening comprehension skills and their speaking skills are the true foundation. And without that good, solid foundation, they will not have a very good reading skills. Children who have great listening comprehension skills and speaking skills are good readers. And children learn how to read by hearing oral language being spoken, hearing sounds, hearing words, hearing different vocabulary, having interactions, and hearing that speech, and then being able to process it and being able to comprehend it and understand it and being able to communicate back. Children also can see a word in print, and they can look at that word and they can look at it and say at, and they can look at that word and learn how to decode that word and learn how to break that word apart and learn how one sound can go with another and learn how to read. That is very important, that we teach our children these vital listening skills so they will be excellent readers. What I learned is that when we teach listening comprehension skills, we can help English language learners. We can help students who are far behind in grade level reading. We can help students with delays, disabilities. We can help students that are poor readers and just are not good readers. And some of these children do have behavioral issues because they're acting out because they are not able to read. They're not able and they're frustrated and they don't want to be made fun of. And we can help all of these groups of children, all learners, if we teach them the skills that they need, then they will be able to read. And I hope that you enjoyed this presentation. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we're so glad that you're here with us, and we're so glad that you're a part of our team, and I just wanted to share this information with you. Have a great day.